Good evening, America and Missouri. Had a great day. Got some things done. Had my dog with me most of the day. Getting some things that I needed done with the Amish, so that was pretty cool. Got a pretty good list tonight. It's crazy what's going on. I can't believe I'm even telling you this. Okay. I don't know if you know this, but Trump wants $230 million because he sued him for being legally and lawfully charged and convicted. He thinks he was treated badly and he sued. And now that he's the President of the United States and he has the DOJ and he's the boss, that he can automatically, since he sued, he's suing himself, he said, so, well, he'll just settle it instead of just allow a court to do it or independent person do that. No, he's going to do it. He ordered the DOJ to cut him a check for $230 million. That's what he's going to do. And he ain't giving it to fucking charity, people. That's all there is to it. Okay, you need to understand that. Okay. Also, what we found out too today is Melania threatened Michael Wolff that wrote a book and stuff about Melania and Trump and everything else, and he went and filed with his lawyers, taking them to court. And I hope so. That way they have to open the books, get them under oath, find out what their relationship is with the Epstein and Jeffrey Epstein, the pedophile. Because, again, think about it. They told us, Jim Jordan told us, President Trump is not in there, but Bill Clinton's in the files. Well, if he's not in the files, Trump isn't, but Clinton is, Bill Clinton is. They've hated Bill Clinton forever. Since the 80s, they've hated Bill Clinton. Now, if you think in their right mind, if your guy wasn't in there, but their guy was, you'd release the records? And don't let you get where, we want to protect the victims. All you have to do is line out their names and all pertinent information. That's all there is to it, people. Even the victims saying release the damn files. Okay? And so, because it doesn't make a lick of sense. They're lying to you. Okay? And, he screwed it up so bad in America that the beef farmers and ranchers are going broke. So he got the bright idea, instead of helping the beef farmers here in America and the beef ranchers, we'll just buy beef from Argentina. Do you see what the fuck is going on? Okay, you can literally have another country grow all your beef, you bring it all in. This man thinks he can run the frickin' world. That's literally what's going on, guys. I don't know if you don't know this, and I'll get into it a little bit later, but this is a Russian op, is what's going on. Because Trump ain't smart enough to make these moves. They put shit in his head, and he does all the crazy shit from it. He's the front man, people. He's the front man. He's not the brains. Okay? There's things and moves that are being made that Trump doesn't have the capacity and the brain power to understand. Okay? He's not making these moves. And destroyed the East Wing. I mean, just literally destroyed it. And here's his deal. Now, if you had a child to you and said, Daddy, I want this built for me. I want this tree house built in this tree. Well, your daddy says, well, you can't build it because there's too many trees in the way. So your son chops down all the trees and said, see, Daddy, there ain't no trees left. That's what Trump did. Trump used the excuse. It says, well, we couldn't build, but doesn't say we can't demolition it. So it's like, I'll tear it all down. See, now we got to build something. That's a 5-year-old. That's who running the country, a 5-year-old. This is bullshit, people. This is bullshit. This is our house. He's just the goddamn renter. Okay? We need to charge him for punching holes in the walls like they do everybody. Yeah, I can remember that when I rented too. I punch holes in the walls. I paid for it. Okay? Take money from this man and make him pay for the bullshit. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to get my minute in and pounding my freedom pots, and then we'll get right back to it. wake-up call, America. Veterans, this is your wake-up call. This is the alarm. Get up. We have incoming. Okay? It's called the Trump administration. Get off your asses and get out there in the streets. We need bodies out there. Okay, let me get my firing. Oh, okay. During where he fired that deal for the Marines' 250th birthday out there in California, they were firing artillery over an open highway. He didn't even ask to have it closed, Trump didn't. And the Department of Defense, Peter Hegseth, did not. Yeah. Do you understand how dangerous that is when you're firing artillery in from the ocean into the land? Over freeways? And on top of it, they almost killed the damn Vice President of the United States. That's right, people. Because those shells are on timer, they wanted to explode into the air. Well, they're not always accurate. It exploded and there were pieces and shrapnel all over the Vice President's car and all over the highway. Well, guess what? If that highway had been open, they would have killed people. Okay, these people are inept. These people are stupid. Okay, they are dumber than a box of fucking rocks. That's why Trump hired them, because it's a twofer. You have to understand that. They'll do anything he wants them to do, whether it's legal or it's not legal. Second of all, they don't know shit, so they fuck it up and tear up the government. It succeeds. They literally want to tear the government down because Trump thinks he can run it better, like he did his fucking casinos that he broke. How do you break a fucking casino? God damn. People, wake the fuck up. God damn. All right. Okay. Jury. Let's see. Let's get to it. Let's see. I can't read my own writing tonight. Oh, gerrymandered. Gerrymandering. Okay? He's calling every Republican state, period. Doesn't matter if they won the states or not. He's saying make the whole states red. I don't want a Democrat to actually win any representation. This is how scared they are, people. Because we're getting out there in the streets and we're marching. Okay? They're gerrymandering. So they're doing it out in California, but they're doing it the right way. They're transparent. They're telling people, here's what the deal is. They're cheating over here. This is the only way we can do this temporary. We have to do this. And the people are voting on it November the 4th. And it's going to pass. Okay? These people are lying. And he's threatening governors. Okay? Yeah, I told you about the road close. That Newsom had to close it. The President of the United States and Peter Hegseth didn't ask for it to be closed. He had to do it to save the safety of the California people. Jesus Christ, people. Wake the fuck up. Okay, also, they're now starting to hire some supposedly doctors and nurses and everything else. But what we're finding out is, again, they've killed over 25 people, immigrants in this country as well as Americans, okay, just since he's taken over. Well, you know how many people died in 4 years previously? Was 25 in the Biden administration, okay? And they died from all different types of things, mostly health issues and things like that, okay? These people do not give a shit. They're treating people inhumane. Read some of the dang reports and the interviews of Americans who've been captured and caught up in this stuff and kidnapped and put in these places. It's inhumane. You would not hold a dog in there. I wouldn't allow them to hold my dog into the way they treat these people. Okay? These people are Nazis. This is exactly what the Nazis did. Get out your goddamn history book and read it. Wake the fuck up, people. It's time to get out there to the streets. Okay? Start calling your congressman. Start doing something. Get off your ass and quit picking your nose. Do something. Goddamn, Missouri. You this stupid? You're going to allow these freaking Nazis? Okay? Like I told you the other night, in 2000, we were number 17 in the country. We are now number 34, and we've been dumbed down because of these stupid-ass fucking Republicans. Your children are dumber because they're Republicans, and they're dumber because you voted for them. Okay, those who voted for Republicans, you made your children dumber. You made life harder for your children. Future. Okay. Where are you sending the National Guard? Oh, well, I got to write better. Like I said, ever since I've had my accident, I don't write very clear anymore, and it's very hard for me to write. So I can't. Oh, if you look at where he's putting the National Guard in the cities, and you look at the Republican-held states, if this was a Civil War time, you'd think the Confederacy was attacking capitals in the North. Yeah, that's what this is, people. Okay, we also know that ICE agents, they have hired criminals. Yeah, they've hired criminals. Assaulters, abusers, rapists, pedophiles. They've hired these people. Okay? That's who they're hiring. They're not hiring the brightest and the best. They're hiring pedophiles, rapists, assaulters, abusers, white supremacists, Proud Boys. Yeah, they ain't your best, people. And remember, the only requirement is for them is you got to be 18 years old and want to crack skulls on immigrants and hate immigrants. Okay, these people talk to immigrants. I wouldn't talk to a dog the way they talk to immigrants. Okay, wake the fuck up. Get off the goddamn couch and get out there in the streets and do something. Make some fucking phone calls, people. Because I'll tell you what, when we lose democracy in this country, if it does happen, and I don't want to hear none of you fucking clowns, you fucking idiots that voted for this shit, say a motherfucking word. Yeah, because you're nothing but fucking idiots. That's what you are. All you people who voted for them. Okay. Yeah, they have prison records. Yeah. Also, January 6 people made a threat to Hakeem Jeffries. Yeah, death threat. It's one of the ones he pardoned. Well, guess what? Over 10% of those people that were pardoned by Trump, over 10% of them have recidivised. That means they've committed more crimes. And you know what the most of the crime they've been doing? Abuse and being pedos. That's right. Pedos. Now remember, who does Trump run around and hang around with? Pedos. How many Republicans and preachers in the past 2 years, or actually last 5 years, there's been over 100 of them, and they're either Republicans or they're preachers, right-wing preachers, who have been caught diddling children. Okay, that's what that party is. They're nothing but goddamn Nazis and pedophiles. Okay. Okay, I also told you that 25 people have died in custody of ICE since the beginning of the year. 25 people. That's horrendous. Okay. Also, we found out, too, at the beginning of those protests that we had out there in California, Trump set ICE out there at the front of those protest marches to intimidate the protesters, people. These people are the Nazis, okay? They're the Gestapo. That's what they are. They're the Gestapo. They are the fourth funded military in the world, people. Yeah, number 4. Yeah, what the fuck they need all that money for? Okay? To build private prisons, and I'm telling you, just like I told you the other night, you would become a slave because when there's no jobs and you're out of a job, guess what? You're going to be out there working the fields because you'll steal food to feed your children. They'll arrest you. They'll put your children into the penal system. Yep, and you'll be out there picking crops for the rich people. And you'll be eating Soylent Green. Go look at the movie Soylent Green. Charlton Heston was in it. I wish he was alive to see this. Oh, yeah, I really, truly do wish he was alive to see this. Because what the movie he played in 1972 or 73 is becoming true with the shit that this administration's doing. These Republicans are doing. Yeah. Yeah, and there are also suicides in there and stuff. It's horrible the way they're treating them. Okay, on the shutdown, people. The shutdown. Now they keep trying to, the GOP keeps trying to say, oh, it's the Democrats. Well, people, they have the majority. When they have the majority, they're the ones who open and close the government. Nobody else can do anything else. And what this is about is we have another person that's going to vote that won a special election in Arizona, and it'll be 218 people that want to vote and release the Epstein files. They don't want those released. Okay? So it has nothing to do with anything else. Okay? They have the power. They are in control. They have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. What the fuck more you want? You still cry like fucking babies. You people cannot govern. And it's for a reason that they cannot govern, because when they mess it up, they'll raise their hands and put their hands up and say, see, we told you it doesn't work. Government doesn't work. Well, when you fuck it up, okay, when you break it, it's just like me saying, well, the car don't go down the road straight, but I went out there and flattened all the tires and say, I can't understand why it doesn't ride smooth down the road and doesn't go very fast. That's the GOP. Okay, people? They're the ones that go out there when you're plowing the field, they shoot your horse and say, why ain't you got the fucking crops in? That's who the GOP is. They're fucking Nazis. God damn, wake the fuck up. Okay, which we told you. Now, if you caught this before, I told you that Trump wasn't going to give Ukraine any tomahawks, and I knew that. It's bullshit. String them along. Now, people, like I told you, this is a Russian op. The things that are being done in the government, the way it's being moved around the world and inside the government to where they're closing, Trump doesn't have a clue how that works. Okay? You just tell him what to do, he'll do it because it's owning the libs. But remember, people, when they own me, the lib, they own you, the conservative too, and MAGA. When the libs don't get their food stamps, you don't get your food stamps. When I don't get my Social Security pay, your mama and your daddy don't get their Social Security pay either. Okay? That's what's coming. Your insurance, because of this big bill that they passed, and the Democrats are literally trying to save your insurance. It's going to double and triple. People are already getting their notices. The first of the year, there will be 20 million people, if the Democrats don't stop these ignorant son of bitches, will lose their insurance. There are people who lose their Medicare. Probably 15 million will lose their Medicare right off. Okay? I have a possibility of losing mine. I don't know yet. Okay? And stand up. Support Ukraine. Okay? That country's doing okay, what you have to understand, there is a world war going on. The real fighting is going on in Ukraine. What's happening here? It's called a Russian op. It's called propaganda, and it's a political fight. We are a war in this country, but it's a political war. Okay? We have someone in control of the government who's wrecking the government and using the government against the rest of the people and the opposing party. That's what he's doing. Okay? The battle is over there. You don't want a civil war here, people. Everything we built in 250 years will be gone. Okay? And the rich people will sit back because we're fighting amongst ourselves, and they're betting because they know who's going to win, who's going to lose, and they just shift the bets and they win. And they get richer, and we get poor while we're down here fighting for scraps against it because they told you, oh, that black person's taking your job or that Mexican's taking your job. People, they're jobs you people wouldn't do. Jobs I couldn't do. That's the jobs they were taking, people. And they said, oh, they're going to get the worst of the worst. They didn't get the worst of the worst. Got people who have been here for 30 years doing it properly, going to their appointments like they're supposed to. Okay? Been here 30 years, never missed an appointment, been there on time. As soon as they go to the court, they get arrested, tackled, beat up, and put into a concentration camp. Okay? They're not detention centers, people. They're concentration camps. Okay. Every red state in this country, and if you don't believe me, go check it out. I'm not going to show you the damn bullshit because it's out there. Do some goddamn research once in a while. Get off your ass and quit picking your nose and quit picking your butt. Okay? Every red state in this country is a taker. Period. They take more money than they do. That means you're a welfare state. That means Missouri is a welfare state. Okay? We take more from California and New York. Yeah, us. The welfare state. Supposed to stand up by your own bootstraps. Yeah. Their governing caused us to do it. Look, again, I gave you the numbers on the education. Went from 17 to 34. Okay? And then they told us too, way back in the 80s and early 90s that the lottery was going to save us. Well, how'd that work out? They took the lottery money in and cut the other money they were going to give to us for the schools. That's what they did. That's a fact. You can go check it up. All right. Okay, looking at my list here. Oh, again, like, shut down on the government, people. It's not the Democrats' fault. They're standing up for you. They're trying to keep you to keep your insurance, keep your Medicare, so you don't get charged. Okay, trying to keep the government going. Trying to not, so people don't lose their Medicare, their health care, their food, insurance, their jobs. They're literally fighting for us. Okay? They don't always do it perfect. No, I get pissed off at them too. Okay? Sometimes I don't think they move fast enough, but I understand. I've been in government and stuff, and government works slow. It's for a purpose that it works slow. You have checks and balances, and you got to make sure those checks and balances are done. It can be made more efficient. Yeah, I agree with that. But there's a reason why you have the checks and balances, so you don't waste money, and then all of a sudden your town is out of money. Okay? That's what happens, people. I guess I've been on here ranting long enough. Well, it's good 17 minutes that I've been ranting, or longer, 20 minutes. I love you all. I had a good day. It's a cool night. I have all my plants are doing nice on the porch and stuff. I'll be glad when I get my porch finished and fixed, and I get my plants inside, because I'm going to try to garden in the house this winter. And once that gets going and I get the house straightened up, because like I said, I'm in the midst of, I got so much going on in the house and outside the house and stuff. Plus, I'd been sick the last couple of years, so I'm behind on everything, guys. But I love these lights that I got. And I don't know if you can see them. I love them. Them hanging work lights. They look like old-timey lights. When I get my porches done, I got to go see a guy a friend of mine that did my roof. Is going to have him try to shore these porches up, do a little bit of work on them, get them all sealed and painted, and restring up the lights better, so this temporary deal the way I have it up, and we can make it better, and I get this house sold hopefully by next summer or something, if the prices don't fall out too damn bad. I would like to sell it and build another place in another area. I have an eye on some stuff. But yeah, love y'all. Get out and support your local businesses. Okay, and I think they're going to be calling for a national, what do you call it? I think we should start boycotting a lot of these corporations and business that are giving money to the GOP. These corporations are literally trying to run the country and stuff. And you saw all those businesses, those corporations that were up there, and Trump went in the White House and just sucking up to him and letting him rattle off numbers that he just lies about. That's a fact. They're just lies. And he just ain't that to tell him he's the greatest person in the world. He's a narcissist, people. He's a sociopath. Okay, he will kill us in the end. Okay, in the end, he will try to kill us. Okay. All right. Good night, America. I love y'all. See you tomorrow. And again, I'm sorry that I didn't make it out yesterday and the day before. Like I said, I tried a new medication and it didn't agree with me, and I got real tired and I needed to sleep, but it was really bad. So I'm gonna try to be on here regularly in the evening, and then eventually, when winter comes, I'm going to try to have to move inside, because it'll be too cold to do it air on the porch. But I got to figure out some kind of studio for inside the house and stuff. I just got so much that I got to get done. And but we'll talk to you tomorrow. I love every one of you. Thanks for your support. Give us the likes and likes. See, I forgot likes and enjoy my channel. Okay, do that. I could use the help and then support. Let people know that you're out there listening to me. I know sometimes I get to rant, and like now. So y'all have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.